producing locally. So why importing those things? But APC in Rivers State wanting a crying partner because Magnus Abe has withdrawn his own case for the SDP. So they are like, who do we cry with now? Or who do we cry on the shoulder? They should just bear their own, because I know it's a matter of time. They may just abandon their case and just move away. I see that coming soon. And conclusively, residents of Apara Link Road and those of Rumigbo calling on the government to come help clear their drainage. Andrew, what is the work of community, for goodness sake? In those days, we have community building schools, we have community giving scholarship. Ordinary drainage that is causing flood in your area when it rains, you are calling on government. You are calling on government to bring evacuating stuff so that when you evacuate the gutter and the drainage, then the truck can now move it away. You are calling on the government. Will never flood reach. Thank you very much.
JJ, thank you very much. Good news is in Mount 3. Good morning. Good news.
Yeah. Good morning, my brother man.
You're welcome.
Thank you. First of all, let me thank God for the families and well-wishers of the Wallis family from Alok, to thank God for the safe return of Pastor Kewali's son. I think most of us now are relieved in our spirits. Thank God for his safe return. Then, quick one, 10,000 workers employment to be started with workers to start employment by Governor Wike. Which kind of story are they telling us? Since Governor Wike entered government, he has been talking about employing 10,000, 5,000, employment. So the tool of this time, there's not done one employment. When he wants to go for contest for president, he started changing for employment. Since that time till today, because he made a statement again that they want to employ 10,000 workers, 10,000 civil servants in Nigeria State. Since that time till now, he has less than 1 month to leave office. They are still talking about employment of 10,000 workers. What kind of wicked and this and that into River State? What kind of thing is that? Then APC River State. Let me tell you, Toyoko will do justice to the cause that he has started, and he has proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Without anybody to support us, my name is Good from Port Harcourt.
Promise from Rumudumaya. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Go on.
Okay, the governor has done well by directing the Civil Service Commission to start the 10,000 employment. I think this will go a long way to shut the mouth of many persons who have been talking about the governor not carrying out employment, human capital development, and so on and so forth. I think it is a good one. But please, I want to beg the governor. The people of Rumodumaya should be given much consideration. No employment. Obiakpo here, none of our persons are working there. We are too backward. We have not achieved anything as far as this administration is concerned. Thank you, Ajaku Promise of Rumodumaya.
All right, thank you very much. I'm trying to understand what you meant, Obiakpo. Nobody's working there. Where? And the employment is for Rivers people. Chimenem is in Mount 3. Chimenem, good morning. Good morning. Hello, Chimenem,
yes,
good morning. Okay.
My name is Vazati.
Go on.
Let me comment on the issue of Okewale. I think he's one of our own within the House of NBA. We thank God for his life, and it's equally calls for government and federal government to be on top of the situation, generally in Nigeria. Well, concerning the issue of Andrew, concerning the issue of the employment, I think there is no time that government decides to employ that is bad. What we are praising the governor of Rivers State is that it has started, it has kick-started, and I have those that are testifying. I have people around me that have. This is a process. You have to profile, you have to get what is going on. You know the issue of ghost workers. And of course, these have robbed a lot of states. Today, if you go to Benue State, Abia State, Ebonyi State, the issue of ghost workers, generally in Nigeria. So it does not matter when the government starts. What we are saying is that are rivers people employed? So you see, when politics is being minced, people forget there are processes. And in order to remove the bureaucratic neck, of course, you have to use the services of experts. And I want to thank Governor Wike, 10,000 workers. If you Google today, check states today that are employing 10,000 workers. Most state governors today are not even looking on those areas. I wonder how many of them are looking at infrastructure, human capacity development. All of them are looking at what will happen in 2020, how they will be able to remain in power. None of them is even commissioning anything. Google your search engine, nothing. It is still this governor. So I give him kudos. And I don't think that there is any amount of blackmail that will make this man not excel. Governor Wike has done exceedingly well.
All right, Chimane, thank you very much.
Challenge anybody here. Challenge anybody.
Thank you.
Show me any governor.
Thank you very much. Well. Let's go over to Onelga now. Gus Time, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoyed yesterday over the holiday for Workers' Day.
Well, we were working, so if that's what you mean.
I would have actually bought you a lunch yesterday.
Yeah, we were working. Go on.
You know, Nigerian students finally find their way into Egypt because the Egyptian government has opened the border. It's a good one. I am really happy over that because, one, they will come back home and contribute to the well-being of this country. You know, they actually went there to study, but it's quite unfortunate Sudan is battling with war now. So let them come back home and join us to develop this country. First, I want to also celebrate with the family of the Wales for the release of their brother, the son. I am happy about that. But that's still notwithstanding, insecurity should be tackled in Rivers State. Because there is this series of kidnaps ongoing, and it needs to be tackled. And conclusively, the governor said 10,000. We don't hear this 10,000 now. The governor should implement it. He said he is going to direct them to start employing. We have been waiting for it. Everybody is eager to see it. Right from the inception of this government, we have been hearing 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Is it 10,000 of just format or 10,000 of implementation? They should implement it now.
All right, Gus, time for Monelga. Let's go over to LMNL. Joseph, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
You're welcome.
My take on the headline this morning is the people of Rivers State and the governor-elect. I want to say they should reject this offer from the governor. He has barely 1 month in office. So I think it's not in the right direction. This is exactly what the government of Rotimi did. He came in and counsel that they did not follow the due process, and he's played him too. He's not in order. I think we are taking the wrong step. That is my take.
All right. Let's go now to GRA where Emmanuel is standing by. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Okay, can I go on now?
Yeah, of course. That's why you're here. Go on.
Okay. The governor has promised this opportunity, and look as if maybe so many people are not in Nigeria to know that before you do anything, there must be a process. So if it happens to be that this is the time for what the governor has promised to come and they will achieve it now, people should just endure because this governor is trying. At least this man promised that he will commission from the starting to the ending, right from when this man enter office to when this man wants to go out. And now he's now working on the River State people to enter this 10,000 job. So people should just calm down. Thank God for this kind of governor that God gives to River State people. Because the man is trying.
All right,
I cannot
Emmanuel.
be here to lie to anybody that Governor Wike is not
Thank you
trying.
very much, Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Let's go to Rumokuta. Chima, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Welcome.
Yes, Andrew, we are tired of these 10,000 workers the River State government is trying to employ. Since how many years? we are tired, and I must tell you, look, it shows clearly that this man was never ready to employ anybody. He just to do projects and all that, and benefit a few of his cronies. That's what I'm seeing there. Then on issue of last-minute looting raised by NLC, I think that is true, because we know what normally happens. Most of the government, the governors, they are coming with some bogus projects that will not see the light of the day in order to siphon funds. I think Nigeria should be aware on this last-minute looting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. John is in the Mudioga. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, John. Go ahead.
Yes. His Excellency Enrique yesterday on the next day, represented by the Secretary of the State Government, said he had directed to employ 10,000 workers in River State into civil service. My brother man, every May day, we always hear Governor Enrique give a directive of 10,000 workers in River State. If you can recall, on 2018, Enrique asked Rivers people to log in inside a River job. Everybody started running, River job. Till today, nothing happened. Yesterday again, he have promised 10,000 jobs. Every next day, Governor of Rivers State always promised Rivers people 10,000 jobs. So does it mean that next day again, if they income again, we still say 10,000 jobs? And secondly, Senator Godswin Akpabio meet Buhari on Senate Presidential Bill. I want to tell Godswin Akpabio should just go to the member assembly there and just read, because he has nothing to offer. He represented us before as the Minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria in NDDC. He refused to develop Niger Delta, go to East-West Road. I remember when people of Eleme Ogoni blocked East-West Road for bad road. He came, he said they are going to start the work, they are going to do this, they are going to do that. Nothing is done. Go to that place.
All right,
that
John.
Place is just a trap.
Thank you very much.
And thank you today. Okay, Wale have regained his freedom. Glory be to God.
All right, thank you very much, John. We'll go to Mufasa 10th Road in a matter of moments. Let's first look at this headline from the Vanguard. Cancer scare, why we banned Indomie noodles, NAFDAC. I never visited Tinubu at Defense House. Peter Obi, that's also on the Vanguard. Mayday, halt last-minute looting. Labour tells Buhari. That's another one there. Southern Kaduna, 518 killed, 18 villages burnt in 6 years. You'd find that also on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. This one here says, proposed Niger Delta rail network. You can go get the details. We know the certain amount of monies were gotten for that deal. Police panel invites suspended Adamawa Rec over Guba poll. That's also a headline on the Vanguard. Let's go to Mufasa now at NTA Road. Good morning.
Yeah, hi Andrew. Good morning.
Yep, morning to you.
A quick one. Let me join my voice with other women in Nigerians and of course Rivers people to thank God for the life of the son. It's a good thing that he has released by his adopters. But my concern this morning is, you see, these criminal elements, if they are still out there locking, I believe that people will be more comfortable and feel more safe if we had that people who are involved in this act have been arrested and taken off our streets. But I will say that this issue about cancer scare and Indomie noodles, I want to urge relevant authorities, NAFDAC, and every other institution of government that is responsible for making sure that the food that we consume, that they are safe, to take this matter very seriously. And you agree with me that Indomie noodles is more or less the staple, food that you find in large birthdays of our kids when they go to school. So they should take it seriously. And conclusively, the government has instructed the employment of 10,000 workers. This is not the first time that the Rivers State government is employing the workers. So people saying that this is the first time, it's not the first time. But, the government has been employing, unless of course people just want to feign ignorance. But I think we should appreciate the governor for doing this in the last days in office.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Rukwa Kuna. Walter, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother Andrew. Yeah, let me follow to thank God for release of Barrister Wale. I know that man for many years. He is not a problem man. Those are doctors to leave him. But Andrew, let me go on the people that flood the oil at Rumi Bobi Wale Road. I think many times I go, that road has been constructed drainage. It is only that people put in dirt to the road, to gutter. That contributed for flooding in that place. Just like my own place that I talk every day. Do you know that, Andrew, I sold my properties, landed properties, to make sure we started this job, and we have gone so far. If I have seen assistance from government, local government or state, I cannot come to radio to talk. And what I'm telling you, come to my community and see what we have done. Do you know how much I have invested? People are not ready to help themselves. Everything will shut government. If I have seen assistance from local government or state government, the problems have been solved. Please.
All right, Walter.
Every day I still talk.
Thank you very much.
So that government can help us.
Let's go to Nkoro. Ida, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my lovely brother.
Yeah, go on.
I want to talk about the APC spokesman statement this morning. Yes, Magnus do well to withdraw his case because he's from River State. He wants River State to be the peace. And I believe the APC should please also do that. And I'm going to Rumigo when people are talking. They are pouring petty inside gutter. You are expecting government, everything government. Take the sanitation to you. People should contribute more, even though you don't contribute more. You come out every Saturday to clean your gutter. You won't see any flood. Every time you pour that inside gutter, you expect government to come and do everything for you. Government cannot do everything for you. Help yourself so that government will also help you. Thank you very much. God bless you, my lovely brother. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Ida. There was a time where we were a people that paid a lot of attention to sanitation and cleaning our environment. I don't know where that culture has gone to because, I mean, if you leave and you walk through the streets of Port Harcourt, you would have to ask questions when you see how people in the market dispose their waste, people that have shops. I was in Abia State, Umuahia North, precisely, Fimbas, for, I think, 2013, a year and almost 2 years I was there. And in that period, what I noticed was how clean the gutters were, the drains were very clean. And what I realized, every shop had a responsibility of cleaning the drain in front of them. Like, if my shop is here, that front of my shop and that drain passes there, it's my duty to clean it. If I don't, they had task force people that took it seriously. If they come and they find as much as a wrap of biscuit in that drain in front of your shop, they're taking you in for it. So I don't see why, if we already have the drain, okay, clean it first. Then we can now begin to discuss about where is it flowing to. Alfred from Emoha, good morning.
Hello, Andrew, good morning.
Go on, Alfred.
Andrew, Governor Wike promised River State of 10,000 jobs. Andrew, my question is, will every member of Governor Wike's cabinet promise Rivers people of this same job? Because I know that Governor Wike himself has talked about this job on one of the main, his deputy has talked about this job on one of the main days. Now, the Secretary of the State Government is talking about the job again. Will every member of this government talk about this job before its implementation? Rivers people are sick and tired of just a job for how many years? Or more than 5 years now. We are talking about one civil service job. It's unfortunate now. Well, you just have less than 27 days to go. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Uche Ken is on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Morning to you.
Let me look at Okewale gain freedom by his abductors. Honestly, it came to a point that I and my family joined in prayers from afar because we realized that not everyone being adopted survives it. Now we have believed that miracle will not retire Jesus. I also thank God for his safe release and pray against a repetition of affliction. Then President-elect says he won't give workers minimum wage but living wage. Because of what some of us has been through over the years, over 8 years now, we do believe that it is easier to say than done. Therefore, I begged him this morning with my 2 knees on the ground that the situation and the experience he got in by some of us has made us not to believe the promise by the government anymore. He should try to change this ugly narrative. Then finally, Rivers State government charged Civil Service Commission to start 10,000 employment. For me, it is a good one. I also charge those of them at the apex not to consider my mama brother, my papa brother, my kindred. You have someone at Ward 19, you come and scatter the opportunity of the people. We pray against all those things and we commend the Rivers State.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Fidelis Alemua on Facebook says if Mr. President-elect will keep to his promise of giving Nigerian civil servants a living wage, I think that's good development. Wanyan Obioma Noble on Facebook says employment of 10,000 unemployed Rivers youth into the Civil Service Commission is a good one. My prayer is let it not be politicized. Warine Ben Clement on Facebook says Governor Wike to employ 10,000 workers. Let's wait and see because, okay. Tango Ability Tuegbu says some Borno workers received 4,000 naira monthly salary. Says NLC, this is pure wickedness. Clever Sonny says 10,000 job by Governor Wike is all fake. Okay. Alex says, good morning. Tinubu promised to give civil servants living wage. That's a good one, but I think we need a complete overhauling to reduce the polluted situation. Kalu says, good morning. From Oyigbo, the issue of employment by our outgoing governor is a mess up and a scam to the people. Last month, 10,000 employment was for election purposes, which by now they are supposed to started work. Patrick Amadi here from Iche says, former NBA president regains freedom. That's a welcome call. Ongoing civil service employment in Rivers State, commendable. Ogu Ojone Justice says Wike will continue to give directive for the 10,000 workers being employed till May 29, and that will be the end of it. Let's get on to WhatsApp now. To be fair, on the part of government, you would agree the government has employed people. People have been employed into at least the tertiary institutions. We are aware, UST, Ignatius, Ken Poley, and the rest of them who've had employment in those areas. I mean, I know of people who've been employed and are working in those areas. So I think it would be very unfair to completely say the government has not been employing anybody. Well, as for this particular 10,000 workers into the civil service, we would have to wait and see. Well, we have to go on a very short commercial now. When we return, we'll take more of your messages. In the meantime, remember the WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. Again, 0809-030-6416. On WhatsApp, someone says, good morning. The rate of mosquitoes in Rivers State, can't the government do anything to reduce it? Clean your environment, Wunda. Clean your environment. That's what you need to do about it first. Clean your environment, get your neighbors to clean their environments, clear your drainages, do not dump dirt around you, dispose your waste properly. Some of the few personal hygienic things you can do before you call on government for mosquitoes. Right, let's go for this commercial. I'll be right back. Nigeria Info PH, that's the handle on Twitter. Do well to follow us and respond to the comment posts that we have there. Some of your comments here with regards to the headlines. At Thank God Atuegbo 1 says, President-elect promised civil servants living wage, let it not end on newspapers as usual. At Christie 3423 says, Magnus Abbey's decision to withdraw his petition have further proven that SIM won this election overwhelmingly. Kwatem Mag on Twitter says, Mr. Wali regains freedom, a welcome development. The statement that reads 10,000 workers to be employed is a statement of deceit. At Tony Anthony 64 says, welcome to Rivers State, Your Excellency President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At Skillful_Piro says, Governor Wike promises to implement 10,000 jobs. It's a welcome call. He should keep to his promise. At Monday Emeoka says, the promise by President-elect Tinubu to give Nigerian workers a living wage will be a welcome development if he fulfills it. And those are the most we can take this morning. As if we could take just one more on WhatsApp before we go. Another one on WhatsApp here says, no matter the one-sided employment that will happen with the 10,000 jobs opening by the Rivers State government, the most important thing is that they will be citizens of this country. But it's obvious it just kept behind a huge burden for the next administration. Sarah Barry sent in that message. This one says, after all the looting since the inception of the political dispensation, our top government officials still want to do last-minute looting. It's a pitiable situation for Nigerian citizens. Victor Onwoko Kara, you sent in that message. This person says, good morning. It's sad how Nigerians would expect government to continue to clean their drains or corporate bodies. It's sad as it sounds. People should take responsibility of making their lives better. Government would not do everything for you. Iroma Chuku. I've just talked about other parts where you see this cleaning happen. And again, when was the last time we had sanitation exercise? To think about it, we have two sanitations technically. There's the official last Saturday of the month sanitation, yes, that we normally would have. Is it last Saturday? Yeah. And then I know that every Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, in communities, some of the communities, I don't know if it's every community, we have the sanitations where stores don't open, markets don't open, they're supposed to clean. What do they do with that one? What do they do with it? Because that's the one where you're supposed to see people cleaning their drainages in the front of their houses, in front of their shops, cleaning the markets and all of that. Have you gone to NTA Road, that market close to the filling station, Conway filling station, and you see how the road front of that market is, how they dispose of the things that they sell? It's an eyesore. That market in the first place, I don't know if it's authorized to be there, but the fact that it is there, the people who do business there should at least try. I keep saying there was a time where people who took cleanliness seriously. I remember growing up in Delta State. I stayed in Port Harcourt for a while too at the time before moving, and I know what it was like. So now you're looking at people living and you're asking, what are you doing? What have we become? Almost no regard for cleanliness. Well, that's where we need to start, with ourselves. My name is Ifeami Andrew. Thank you for your time. Business news is 7, and then sports news follows afterwards. The morning crossfire comes up at 8. We'll be having 2 guests on the show this morning, both from the NLC at the national and the state level. We'll be responding to, of course, the employment, the comments by the incoming government and expectations of labor, amongst many other issues. Do stay tuned.